Okay, I'm calling to order the December 12th, 2017 Waxhaw Board of Commissioners meeting. It's our organizational meeting of the year, and I would welcome everybody to please rise as Connor Sabinski presents the flag. We have a rather straightforward agenda, one minor switch. The recess occurs after the oaths of office, but with that slight modification, I'll entertain a motion to adopt tonight's agenda.
So moved.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Consent agenda is resignation from our two commissioner-elects from their respective boards. I'll entertain a motion to adopt the consent agenda.
So moved.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All right. Tonight's a short but important gathering of outgoing and newly appointed board members together. It's to officially thank and bid well to the outgoing members of the board and to welcome our new members. Our mission as elected officials is to take what has been given and leave the town in a better place. Symbolically, this meeting represents the opportunity for the outgoing board to hand over their baton of achievements as well as the challenges to the new board. To the outgoing board members, first I want to thank you for your service and for serving Waxhaw. Between the three of you, today marks nearly 50 years of service to our town. 4 years ago, when you took your seats, you were faced with quite an interesting set of challenges. Shortly after entering office, you had a town where the town manager was retiring, a board member resigned, and the systems and the processes to run the town needed some modernization. Over the 4 years, you've worked with 4 different town managers. You've provided, at the time when you were sworn in, you were providing services to 40% fewer residents. And at that point, we did not even have a Parks and Rec department or plan to go with it. Gentlemen, you took what was given and focused on how to leave Waxhaw in a better place. You put a structure in place with a vision that was developed with input from over 1,600 citizens and moved forward. The survey you and the board colleagues called for last year showed this high satisfaction level with the services as well as the continual challenges we face. In a moment, you each will have an opportunity to briefly share your perspective. As mayor, I just simply want to say thank you. Commissioner-elect Kat Lee, Commissioner-elect Brenda McMillan, Commissioner-elect Tracy Westlake. Thank you for your willingness to serve, and congratulations for being a part of this new and exciting family. You may wonder why I say family. Family because at the core, Waxhaw has been and needs to continue to be one community. It's a tough challenge because of the challenges we face and the very diverse opinions of those we serve. Actually, the beginning of this month, U.S. Census data was released, and it was pretty much an eye-opener for the town of Waxhaw. Our population over the last 18 months has grown by 2,400 residents, up to 16,500. Our demographic, 34% of our population is between the ages of 6 and 18. We have close to 500 veterans, and nearly 8% of our population is foreign-born. Over 12% of our homes speak a language other than English in their home, and each one of our homes has at least 3.2 members living in it. Our demographic has shifted overnight. Housing. Our median home price is $273,000. That's about a third of the value of our immediate neighbor to the north, creating an interesting value swing for the 28173 region and district. Even within Waxhaw town limits, we have that same huge value swing from south to north, west to east. Our median income is $86,000, but more telling is the per capita income, or average income, which comes in at $31,000 with a 5% poverty ratio. Education, while 96% of our population has a high school degree or higher, it drops to 52% having a bachelor degree or higher, and that mirrors our neighbors in Wesley Chapel and in Weddington. I share this as we start our journey to highlight that our road ahead is both exciting and full of some very complex and tough challenges. During the first few meetings, we'll all see the expectations are vastly different across the population, this community we represent. I have nothing but confidence in the new board. The challenge, as we have seen, will be our ability to uphold the highest standards of civility, respect, and understanding of others. It is key to thriving in an increased diverse region. Reasoned and respectful discourse is the most enduring and beneficial way for us to learn from each other. It's also the core of democracy. We will be a better community, a better town, by having a broader dialogue, not a narrower dialogue. Our religious leaders have reached out to me, and across the community, they see this opportunity and are already engaging in the challenge. In my conversations, they remind that none of us are perfect. We all make mistakes. And when we do make mistakes, it's our ability to apologize and renew our efforts and forgive others if they fail. Most importantly, they remind me, as recently as this afternoon when I met with Pastor Mike Bolware from Forest Hill. As a community, we must engage in a lively discussion and a full discussion on all the issues for the good of Waxhaw while maintaining our individual civility. Once again, to our outgoing members and our new incoming members, thank you all for serving. Mayor Pro Tem Hunt.
Good evening. Thank you, sir. I appreciate the opportunity to speak this evening. I want to start off by thanking all of the citizens. 4 years. It's been a long 4 years, but a good ride. I enjoyed every minute of it, to say the least. The last 2 years, I'd like to thank my fellow commissioners for having the faith to appoint me Mayor Pro Tem. As I've often said, I have actually had a meeting in the past 2 years as Mayor Pro Tem. As non-Mayor Pro Tem, as a commissioner, I ran more meetings, but with this mayor, he's been here all of them, but I do appreciate that honor. Reflecting back on the 4 years, as the mayor said, we started off with a couple of challenges. We've been through a couple of town managers, a town clerk that was here for 38 years who retired, and we've gotten a great new one to replace her. Again, lots of challenges. I think we came together as a board. We had the election 2 years ago. We got a couple of new members, and again, the bond took right away. We continued forward with the path. To the new commissioners, Brenda, Tracy, Kat, again, we share a unique bond because 4 years ago we were sitting right where y'all are sitting. We were over at the museum, mind you, but the same anxieties, the same concerns, the same angst was there, and I can only share with you it will be okay. I have full faith in the new board. I know that this town will continue to move forward, and I look forward to retiring here in the next couple of years and enjoying my life in this great little town of Waxhaw, North Carolina. Thank you.
Thank you. Commissioner Fitzgerald.
Well, I don't know what to say other than what the mayor's already said and Mayor Pro Tem Hunt, but I do have a few words I would like to say. I would like to thank the staff mostly because they were the biggest support, and their heart is truly there. They love this town as much as the commissioners do. I'd like to thank the previous 2 years ago board for helping me grow into this position. We all grew into this position. Y'all will grow into this position. I'd like to thank the citizens, most of all, for supporting me and helping me, guiding me through the way. The last 4 years has been a time of change for the town of Waxhaw. We had 3 different locations for our town hall. We had 4 different town managers. We had two mayors. We had 3 mayor pro tems. We had 4 different commissioners other than what we have now. We had 2 different clerks. We had 3 different assistant clerks. And even right down to the end, we had 3 different name tags for the Board of Commissioners. I would like to go over a few of the accomplishments that we've done over the last 4 years. Not all of this is due to the board. I'll tell you who's responsible for these accomplishments. We wrote a organization of boards and committees. We wrote rules of order for the Board of Commissioners. We're a town since 1889, and we never had rules of order for the Board of Commissioners. We wrote an employee handbook. We wrote an orientation guide for boards and committees. We wrote a comprehensive plan. We started a UDO. We opened this big, beautiful building in we have now, the police department, the last 4 years. Ran fiber optic to our present town hall so that our computers would run faster. We finished the Duncan McDonald House. That was my pride and joy. We built a suspension bridge over 12 Mile Creek so you can walk into South Carolina from North Carolina. We got a commitment from the YMCA to come to our town, not Weddington, not Wesley Chapel, but our town. We planned a co-partnership park with the YMCA. We planned a downtown park. We started our own financial department. We found out our financial capacity report, what we could actually borrow, what we could actually do with the money. We started an engineering department. We started a Parks and Rec department. We took soil erosion away from state to bring it into our control so we have better control over it. We started stormwater control. We started Employee Appreciation Day, and we put Highway 16 back on the 5-year plan of getting widening. We started a leaf composting facility, and we passed a budget for all 4 years while growing at 40%. Well, I think there's the people that really needs to be responsible for is the staff, the boards and committees, the present commissioners, the past commissioners, and of course the citizens for all that support. And at closing, I would like to make a quote from Harry S. Truman as he was leaving the White House. I just got promoted to citizen. Thank you.
Commissioner Warner.
My list is not as extensive as Paul's, I can assure you. But I would like to, first of all, thank the citizens of Waxhaw for allowing me to serve you for the last 4 years. In those 4 years, we hired 2 really good managers. As Paul mentioned, we had many more, but we had 2 really accomplished ones that have put us on a solid and stable plan for budgeting and prioritization. We formed a Parks and Recreation department. We started an engineering department. We assumed erosion control and management for the land within the town limits. We've picked up a lot of things that weren't done properly in doing so. We've become vocal on the CRTPO, whereby Waxhaw now has a voice with it at North Carolina DOT regarding our transportation needs. We created an agreement with the YMCA and begun financing for the associated athletic fields. And we also added several town properties to the town limits through negotiations with developers, especially around the 34 acres on Waxhaw Marvin Road. I do have some challenges for the incoming board. Stay active in the CRTPO. We need to have needs. We have intersection. We need to emphasize the intersection improvements at Gray Byram and Newtown Roads, widening of 16, a separated grade across the railroad tracks so our emergency vehicles can get to the south side. And last of all, construction of the Waxhaw Parkway so we can separate the vehicles and pedestrians in our downtown. In parks, this is where I really hate to leave this position because I really want the parks. I've been waiting for 4 years for the park to be built next door to me on Given Street in the downtown park. Please continue on with that. I really beg of you. The Marvin Road Park, which I think we're presently we're considering other options on that. And also keep an open mind regarding the possibilities for downtown Waxhaw. Please consider that we can let downtown grow and keep our historic character. We really could use a few more offices on the second floor. And again, thank you for the opportunity you've given me to serve Waxhaw for the last 4 years.
Thank you. Commissioner Burns? Commissioner Burrow?
To the outgoing board, I'd like to say thank you. I really have enjoyed serving with you, working alongside of you, and contributing to the overall well-being of everyone here in Waxhaw. To the new members coming on tonight, I look forward to serving with you. I look forward to working with you, and I really look forward to contributing with you to all the citizens of Waxhaw. Thank you all.
Thank you. Clerk Schuler? Swearing in of Commissioner Catley. Commissioner Brenda McMillan? Commissioner Tracy Wesley. At this time, we will take a quick 2-minute recess. The commissioners that have just been sworn in, get your name tag from Clerk Schuler, and The outgoing commissioners, exit stage right.
Vote. And yeah, you do. You get to vote for yourself because this does not have a direct financial interest or affect your official conduct. And you're actually required to vote unless you're exempted under the statute. So you do get to vote. And it's set forth in our organizational rules in Rules 3 and 8. And basically you go through a process where you nominate who you're going to vote for. And then there'll be a call for a vote, and it will be a majority vote. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell.
Thank you. Each member will be afforded the opportunity to name their nomination or indicate if their nomination has already been named, and we'll go from my right to left. So, Commissioner Lee.
Given that Commissioner Burns is the seating commissioner with the most votes in her victory, I nominate Commissioner Burns.
Okay, thank you. We have nomination for Commissioner Burns. Commissioner Burns, you not care to nominate anybody? Okay. Commissioner Westlake.
Due to the fact that the citizens voted for change this election and for having the most votes in the election, I nominate Brenda McMillan for Mayor Pro Tem.
Okay. We have a nomination for Brenda McMillan. Commissioner Burrow. Commissioner McMillan. Okay, so we have two nominees, Commissioner Burns and Commissioner McMillan. Do we take them in the order?
You can do that, or you can wait for somebody to actually make a motion. And I think everybody kind of just have in your head how you're going to do it, because if the first one that's a vote and you really want the second one, you just won't vote in the affirmative, and then the next one will get the majority. So that that would be logical in the order, or if somebody makes a motion, then that would be the motion on the table, and that's how it would be handled procedurally. So whichever way the board wants to handle that.
So are we okay with going in the order that they were nominated? Everybody okay? Consensus? Okay. So all those in favor of Commissioner Burns as Mayor Pro Tem, please raise your right hand and say aye. Aye. So there's two ayes. All those in favor of Commissioner McMillan, please raise your right hand and say aye.
Aye.
So Commissioner McMillan, with 3 votes, he is appointed Mayor Pro Tem. And at this point, you will do the oath of office. We'll do any seat reshuffling at the first official meeting. Service recognition. So, as we traditionally do, as we have outgoing members, we recognize them with a resolution of appreciation as well as a token of appreciation. So at this point in time, I would entertain a motion to approve the resolution numbers in the agenda to properly recognize Mayor Pro Tem Hunt, Commissioner Warner, Commissioner Fitzgerald. So moved. We have a motion for Commissioner Burns. Any additional discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay, the ayes have it 5-0. And now I get to read each resolution and present the resolution in token of appreciation. Mayor Pro Tem Hunt, would you come up? Whereas the governing body of the town of Waxhaw, North Carolina desires to acknowledge and express appreciation to John Hunt for his dedicated service to the citizens of Waxhaw as Mayor Pro Tem and Commissioner, and whereas John Hunt was elected by the citizens of Waxhaw to serve as Commissioner on the town board in 2013 and was later appointed Mayor Pro Tem on December 8th, 2015, whereas prior to serving on the Board of Commissioners, John Hunt was a member of the Waxhaw ABC Board for nearly 4 years and served as Chairman of the ABC Board for 3 of those years. Whereas John Hunt, as member of the ABC Board and BOC, has for 8 consecutive years put forth substantial effort toward improving the quality of life for the citizens of the town of Waxhaw by continuously seeking to make the community a better place to live and work. And whereas John Hunt has supported the town's development of numerous plans that are designed to improve infrastructures and quality of life, and has been an advocate for the citizens of Waxhaw as the town staff, as well as town staff. Now therefore, be it resolved by the governing body of the town of Waxhaw, North Carolina, that John Hunt is hereby officially commended on behalf of the citizens of Waxhaw for valuable service rendered to the town of Waxhaw in his official capacity as Mayor Pro Tem and Commissioner from December 2013 to December 2017. In witness thereof, I, Stephen Maher, Mayor Waxhaw, have hereunto caused the seal of town of Waxhaw to be affixed to this resolution of appreciation this 12th day of December 2017.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hang on, John.
All right, ready? 1, 2, thank you.
Okay. Commissioner Warner, former Commissioner Warner. Whereas the governing body of the town of Waxhaw, North Carolina desires to acknowledge and express appreciation to James Warner for his dedicated service to the citizens of Waxhaw as a commissioner, and whereas James Warner was elected by the citizens of Waxhaw to serve as commissioner on the town board in 2013, and whereas prior to serving on the Board of Commissioners, James Warner was a longtime member of the Planning Board, serving as chairman from 1990 to 2003, reappointed to the Planning Board again in 2010, and served until 2013 when he was elected commissioner. Mr. Warner also served on the Board of Adjustments in the 1990s. And whereas James Warner has been a servant of the Waxhaw community for 27 years, and through his years of dedicated service has played a valuable role in the process of making many major decisions that have had substantial positive impacts on the growth and development of our town, the town of Waxhaw. And whereas the decisions that Mr. Warner has been involved in have shaped our community to become a desired place to live, work, and raise their families, now therefore be it resolved by the governing body of the town of Waxhaw, North Carolina, that James Warner is hereby officially commended on behalf of the citizens of Waxhaw for valuable service rendered to the town of Waxhaw in your official capacity as a town commissioner from December 2013 to December 2017. In witness thereof, I, Stephen Maher, Mayor of Waxhaw, have hereunto caused the seal of Waxhaw to be affixed to the resolution of appreciation this 12th day of December 2017. Mr. Fitzgerald. Whereas the governing body of the town of Waxhaw, North Carolina, desires to acknowledge and express appreciation to Paul Fitzgerald for his dedicated service to the citizens of Waxhaw as commissioner, and whereas Paul Fitzgerald was elected by the citizens as commissioner to the town board in 2013, and whereas prior to the 2013 election, Paul Fitzgerald was a longtime member of the Waxhaw Beautification Committee. He served on this important advisory committee from 2005 until he was elected to the board in 2013. And whereas Paul Fitzgerald served the town of Waxhaw and its citizens during a time when numerous projects were completed and have and will continue to positively impact citizens for many years to come, including the expansion of the Parks and Rec Department, a new building for the Waxhaw Police Department, renovation of the current town hall, and help to set in motion the decision for major infrastructure improvements such as NC DOT Highway 16 widening project. And whereas for the past 12 years, Paul Fitzgerald has put forth substantial effort toward improving the quality of life for citizens of the town of Waxhaw, continuously seeking to make the community a better place to live, work, and raise a family. Now therefore be it resolved by the governing body of the town of Waxhaw, North Carolina, that Paul Fitzgerald is hereby officially commended on behalf of the citizens of Waxhaw for valuable service rendered to the town of Waxhaw in his official capacity as town commissioner from December 2013 to December 2017. In witness thereof, I, Stephen Meyer, Mayor of Town of Waxhaw, I have caused the seal of Town of Waxhaw to be affixed to this resolution of appreciation on this 12th day of December 2017. Okay. Next item of business, the adoption of the 2018 Board of Commissioners meeting schedule. On an annual basis at our organizational meeting, we adopt the meeting schedule and post it and announce it for the upcoming year. A comprehensive schedule of the anticipated meetings has been drafted, and it's in your packet. And at this point in time, staff recommends approval of the meeting schedule with the motion that is attached. And I would be happy to entertain a motion from a commissioner on this.
So moved.
Okay. We have a motion to approve the 2018 Board of Commissioners meeting schedule. Any additional comments, suggestions? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it, 5-0. Okay, appointment of delegates. First off, Charlotte Regional Transportation Planning Organization. It is my duty as mayor to appoint, per the bylaws, another elected official to serve as an alternate delegate. Not in the event I'm unable to attend, but this particular individual wants to go to all the meetings with me, so it'll be fun. So I am pleased to appoint Commissioner Kat Lee as the alternate delegate to for the town of Waxhaw to the Charlotte Regional Transportation Organization. So congratulations. Next up, as standard at each organizational meeting, we appoint 2 delegates to the Central Atlantic Council of Government. It's a body that we participate in. It includes over 74 entities, counties, cities, and towns throughout the 10-county region. And each government unit is asked to sign a primary delegate to act on the unit's behalf as well as an alternate, and the workload requires both. So at this point in time, I'll open the floor to nominations for primary and alternate. For primary first, I'm sorry.
I'd like to make a motion that we appoint Commissioner McMillan as the primary delegate to the COG.
We have a motion to appoint Commissioner McMillan. Is there any additional? Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
So the ayes have it, 5-0. Same thing holds true for the alternate. Do we have a motion for an alternate?
I'd like to make the motion that we appoint Commissioner Weselick as the alternate delegate to COG.
So we have a motion for Commissioner Weselick. Are there any other nominations? Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Okay. The ayes have it, 5-0. Next up, appointment of town attorney. We're in a unique situation that some of the things that were set in motion, organizational study, et cetera, that is in the process of being returned to us, that while we normally appoint an attorney at this time, we're going to appoint an attorney to complete the term through the end of the budget year, so the new board has an opportunity to understand the organizational assessment and make decisions based upon that as we go into the next budget cycle. So with that, staff recommends appointment of Chaplain Spencer of Spencer & Spencer Associates as the town attorney for the town of Waxhaw for a term ending June 30th, 2018, which is concurrent with the end of the current budget. So with that, I'll entertain a motion or discussion or any thoughts? Any discussion? We have to do something.
So moved.
So we have a motion to reappoint Chaplain Spencer as attorney through June 30th. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Mr. Ferguson.
Tonight we'd like to recognize two individuals who have served in interim roles over the past number of months. On March 27, 2017, the town's tax collector, Ann Sutton, was appointed as the finance director or finance officer, a role historically appointed by the town or to the town manager, and that was left vacant on the departure of town manager Wood in March of 17. The general statutes require the governing board appoint a finance director officer, and Mrs. Sutton graciously stepped up into the role and served the town in this capacity through this year of transition. The mayor, board, manager, and staff are grateful for her hard work and dedication as a valued member of staff, and especially appreciative of her efforts while serving as the finance director during 2017. So thank you.
So thank you. Ann, where are you?
The second individual who stepped up, Paula Key, became our interim tax collector on April 11, 2017, in the position that was previously held by Ann Sutton. And Mrs. Key worked very well in this role through the transition and the hiring of a new finance director during the majority of 2017. And the mayor, board, manager, and staff appreciate the hard work and dedication of Mrs. Key during this transition and for her valuable service. Thank you.
And I don't think Ms. Key is here, but thank you, Paula. And with that, we have the appointment of a finance officer as required by statute. And the general statute requires that each local government appoint a finance officer. While the town manager is authorized to hire staff to fill this position, the official appointment must come from the governing body. Ms. Lisa White has been hired to fill this role. At this point in time, the town manager and staff recommend approval of Lisa White as the finance officer for the town of Waxhaw. And with that, I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
So Commissioner Burns makes a motion to appoint Lisa White as the town of Waxhaw finance officer. Any discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, 5-0. We also have to, per statute, appoint Ann Sutton tax collector for the town of Waxhaw. We appoint someone for the town of Waxhaw as tax collector. Let's start there. With the appointment of Lisa White as finance officer, Mrs. Sutton is eligible to return to her role as tax collector. And at this point in time, Manager Wood and staff recommend the approval of Ann Sutton as the tax collector. Would anybody like to make a motion?
So moved.
Okay. Commissioner Westlake has made the motion to appoint Ann Sutton as the tax collector for the town of Waxhaw. Any additional discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Mr. Mayor, can we introduce both Lisa and Ann and just have them rise?
Yes. So, Lisa and Ann, why don't you come up the front so everybody can see you, and we'll give you a nice welcome. Thank you. Two more items, and Chief, are you guys guarding the cake back there? Okay, thank you. All right, we have two housekeeping duties to perform as part of the organization. It's the approval of the resolution agreement for deposit accounts with BB&T, and then approval designation of authorized signatures. I won't go through and read what's required by statute. Suffice it to say that there's action requested. And if someone would like to make the motion to approve the resolution agreement for deposit accounts and include Lisa White, Finance Director, and Ann Sutton, Deputy Finance Officer, as the designated representatives for the town of Waxhaw, I would be delighted to accept that motion. Okay, Commissioner Lee has made the motion. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. Lastly, approval designation of authorized signatures. Since we require 2 signatures on every check, it's standard procedure to have 4 people designated as authorized signature. The following town of Waxhaw officials are recommended. Obviously, Lisa White as the finance officer, Ann Sutton as the deputy finance officer, Greg Ferguson as the town manager, and Melody Schuler as the town clerk. Staff recommends approval, and if someone would like to make the motion to designate those 4 individuals as the town of Waxhaw's authorized signers for our bank accounts, I would be happy to accept that motion.
So moved.
Commissioner Burns has made the motion. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
The ayes have it. We will now have, because this is an evening of fun and enjoyment, we will have a reception. Rumor has it there's cake in the back. Chief and Bobby are protecting it right now. And I will entertain a motion to adjourn and enjoy the get-together in the back.
Motion to adjourn?
We have a motion from Commissioner Lee to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye.